Have you ever wondered what it would be like to fall in love when you least expect it? Let me whisk you away to a world not too dissimilar from our own, to a quaint little town nestled in the heart of nature, surrounded by towering mountains and serene vistas. This picturesque sanctuary was home to a young man named James, a man whose spirit was as infinite as the sky above, his heart as vast as the ocean. James was not just any ordinary man, he the embodiment of youthful exuberance, the epitome of vibrancy and the personification of adventure. Unchained and untamed, he thrived in the glory of his solitude. He was his own master, a free bird soaring high into the limitless sky. His life was an unending voyage, a pursuit of everything unique and exotic. Each day was a new chapter in his book of experiences, each moment a new verse in his poem of life. He sought out the thrill of extraordinary experiences, plunging headfirst into the abyss of the unknown. Every sunrise was a new opportunity for exploration, every sunset a soothing balm to his day's weariness. His jouissance for life was infectious and his valor inspiring. He was a lover of life with his heart set on the horizon, ever ready to chase the sun. Yet, when it came to love, he was an observer from. He considered love to be a transient emotion, an ephemeral sensation that came and went like waves crashing upon the shore. It was merely a pit stop in the grand journey of life, a fleeting encounter, nothing more. But as the saying goes, life happens when you're busy making other plans. On one such uneventful day, a carnival decided to grace the usually drab and unexciting town with its thrilling and vibrant presence. The afternoon was bathed in golden sunlight, casting a warm glow on the lively gathering locals who had come to enjoy the annual spectacle. Among them was James, a young man known to embrace the uncharted and unexplored. He was an adventurer at heart, not in the sense of conquering unexplored terrains, but more in the realms of finding beauty and excitement in the mundane. With a spontaneous decision, driven by his insatiable curiosity, he found himself drawn towards the riot of colors and sounds that marked the of the local carnival. The carnival was a sea of humans, each drawn by the prospect of transient joy that this annually anticipated event promised. The cacophony of laughs, cheers and children's joyful cries filled the air, punctuating the general hum of chatter. Amidst this bustling crowd, something caught James's attention. It wasn't the giant Ferris wheel spinning lazily in the sky, nor the cotton candy vendor hawking his sugary wares. It was something far more delicate and infinitely more captivating. A pair of hazel eyes, sparkling under the sunny sky, stood out amidst the crowd. They belonged to Emily, a young woman James never seen before. Her smile was playful, a slight curve of the lips that hinted at a sense of humor. Her hair, a rich shade of auburn, flowed freely in the gentle breeze. Her whole being exuded an irresistible charm, and there was an inexplicable pull about her that James found himself unable to resist. Her captivating charm ensnared James's heart, and he found himself drawn to her like a moth to a flame. Emily was unlike anyone James had ever met. She possessed a unique blend of qualities that immediately caught James's attention. Her intelligence was apparent in every word she spoke, every topic she broached. She was a reservoir knowledge, sharing insights that always left James fascinated and intrigued. Her thirst for learning was never-ending, making every conversation a beautiful exploration of the world. In addition to her intelligence, Emily was compassionate. Her heart was as vast as the ocean, accepting and nurturing. She cared not just for her but for everyone and everything around her. Her empathy was overwhelming, seemingly encompassing the entire universe within its depths. She felt every emotion deeply and cared for everyone she met. It was a type of compassion James had never seen before. To accompany these, Emily had an unquenchable curiosity about the world. She had a magnetic pull, an irresistible aura that drew everyone towards her. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity, always eager to learn and grow, always seeking to understand what was unknown. This curiosity wasn't confined to academic pursuits, it extended to people, to their stories, their experiences. Her curiosity, combined with her intelligence and compassion, cemented a bond between her and James. It was an unspoken connection that only grew stronger with time. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, James felt a shift within him. He realized he was experiencing something he'd never felt before, a deep, profound care for someone else. However, destiny had a cruel twist in store. It was on one unsuspecting evening when the sun had set, leaving a blush of orange and pink in the sky, and the tranquil sounds of nature were the only companions of James's solitude. He was sitting under the old oak tree, the tree that had witnessed childhood games, their shared secrets, and countless laughter. He was revisiting his memories with Emily, cherishing every moment, when he stumbled upon a piece of devastating news. He discovered that Emily, his Emily, the girl whose laughter echoed in his ears, whose eyes held a universe he wanted to explore, was betrothed to another, betrothed to a man she had never met, a man from a distant city, miles away from the comfort and familiarity of their small town. This man wasn't a part of their childhood memories, he didn't know Emily's favorite or the way she liked her coffee, yet he was the one she was set to marry. The news descended onto James like an avalanche, the weight of the world suddenly pressing on his shoulders. He felt as if he had been sucker-punched, winded, gasping for air. Thought of Emily belonging to someone else was too much for him to bear. The pain was so raw, so real, he could almost taste the bitterness of it. Every moment spent with Emily, every shared laughter, every secret exchanged, now felt like shards of glass piercing his heart. His world seemed to crumble around him. The idea of not being able to see her every day, of not hearing her laughter or seeing her smile, seemed like a nightmare. The harsh reality was setting in, that Emily, his Emily, might not be in his life forever. Determined to shield Emily from a potential mistake, James embarked on a journey to the other end of the country. A journey that not only meant crossing physical boundaries but also leaping over the hurdles of his own emotional restrictions. James, a man of few words and unexpressed emotions, found himself in an unprecedented situation. The thought of Emily, the girl he had secretly admired for years, getting hitched to someone she didn't love, was too much for him to handle. Her radiant smile, her carefree laughter, the way she always looked at the world with a unique blend of curiosity and innocence. Everything about Emily was etched deep into the fabric of his heart, as if a painter had carefully crafted a masterpiece. Nobody knew about this clandestine feelings, not even Emily herself. James preferred to keep his emotions locked up, letting them out only in the solace of his solitude. But the news of Emily's impending nuptials pushed him out of his comfort zone. It shook him to his core, making him realize that it was high time he voiced his feelings. His mission was clear: find Emily, reveal his feelings, and prevent her from marrying a man she didn't love. It wasn't just about confessing his love for Emily, it was about saving her from a life of regret and unfulfilled dreams. He knew the journey wouldn't be easy, but he was ready to face any challenge that came his way, ready to fight against anything or anyone who stood as a hurdle in his path. James set out on this journey with a determination he had never felt before. It was as if his entire life had been leading up to this moment, this journey, this mission. He knew he had to stop Emily from marrying the wrong man. He had to tell her how he felt, or he would regret it for the rest of his life. His mission was clear: find Emily, reveal his feelings, and prevent her from marrying a man she didn't love. In the unfamiliar city, James wandered the streets, a stranger lost in a sea of unfamiliar faces and towering structures. He meandered aimlessly, weaving in and out of the bustling crowd. They were merely faceless entities to him, blurred figures that brushed past him in hurried strides. His eyes, however, were locked in a vigilant search, scanning every face, every shadow, on the lookout for any sign of Emily. His heart pounded in his chest while his mind was an echoing abyss of worry and anxiety. Her image, her radiant smile and sparkling eyes constantly played on the tape of his memory. He mentally called out her name, silently pleading with the universe to guide him to her. He missed the warmth of her hand in his, the sound of her laughter, the familiar scent of her perfume. His footsteps echoed eerily in the narrow alleyways, a lonely melody in the cacophony of city sounds. He found himself drawn towards the city square, a vibrant mosaic of sights and sounds. The crowd there was thicker, pulsating with life and energy. He pushed his way through, his breath hitching as he caught sight of a familiar silhouette. The world around him blurred and time seemed to stand still. Like a beacon of light in the chilling darkness, he spotted her across the crowded square, dressed in a beautiful wedding gown. Her eyes were filled with uncertainty. But in that moment James knew he had found his beacon, his guiding star in this unfamiliar city. In that moment James confessed his feelings, pleading with Emily not to make a decision based on obligation. To his relief, Emily admitted she did not love her suitor, and she reciprocated James's feelings. They faced their parents, standing firm in their decision to choose love over societal expectations. And so James, the man who once viewed love as a fleeting encounter, found himself in the throes of a deep, profound love that he had never expected. This tale of unexpected love serves as a reminder that life has a way of surprising us in the most beautiful ways. And sometimes those surprises can transform us in ways we never thought possible. Ever pondered how love, in all its complex, beautiful form, can defy the odds? How it can transcend the mundane, the ordinary, and blossom into something extraordinary? Well, such is the tale of James and Emily, a story that began as a simple fling and transformed into an enduring love story for the ages. Imagine a world where two people, as different as night and day, find themselves inexplicably drawn to each other. James, the charismatic extrovert with a thirst for adventure, and Emily, the introverted bookworm with a passion for peace and quiet. On the surface they seem mismatched, yet beneath the superficial a kindred spirit emerges, a connection that binds them together. Their journey began with laughter and light-hearted escapades. They reveled in the joy of discovering mutual interests, shared dreams, and overlapping passions. James, the thrill-seeker, found solace in Emily's calm demeanor, while Emily, the introvert, found excitement in James's adventurous spirit. Their love story wasn't always smooth sailing. They faced trials that tested their bond, threatened to tear them apart. From career changes to long-distance challenges, they faced the storms together, hand in hand. Each hurdle they overcame only strengthened their bond, transforming their love into something unshakable, unbreakable. Their story is a testament to the power of love, a love that cherishes individuality while nurturing a strong bond. It was during these trials that James realized love was not something to be feared or taken lightly. Instead, he discovered that love was a force that could shape and enrich lives in ways he never thought possible. And so, with this newfound understanding, James and Emily continued their journey. No longer just two individuals, they were a team, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They built a life filled with adventure, laughter, and unwavering support, a life that defied all odds. In conclusion, James and Emily's story serves as a powerful reminder of love's resilience, its capacity to transform, to defy odds. It's a story that reminds us that love isn't always about grand gestures or fairy tale endings. Sometimes it's about cherishing each other's individuality, weathering the storms together, and emerging stronger on the other side. So next time you find yourself pondering about love, remember James and Emily. Remember their journey, their triumphs, and the lessons they learned along the way. For in their story we find a timeless tale of love defying all odds, a tale that continues to inspire and captivate, a tale that will, no doubt, endure for ages to come.